How y'all doing?
Doing good.
Hi, girls.
Hi. My name is Ruby.
Hey, Ruby.
Yeah.
Ruby got some tits on Ruby.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here for one.
He is enjoying the fact that he's out with his dog.
Sex dog.
Look, he's putting his hands on the table. This shit is happening on my wedding day. I can dispense this fruiting. That's his wife. That's his boo thing. He let me know that was Ruby.
Yeah. How you think I knew her name?
And he was happy that I said she had a whole bunch of tits. At least he's gentle with her.
My name is Dave Cat. I'm 37 years of age. And I can't live without my real doll. Originally, when I first got her, I called her my synthetic girlfriend. But it's actually progressed to the point where it's like, you know, she's my wife. She's not awake right now because, well, basically she kept hitting the snooze button, so it's just like, just let her sleep. It's not even worth getting her out of bed at this point. The whole interaction on a day-to-day basis, along the lines of like getting her dressed, you know, brushing her hair, things of that nature, you know, it brings us closer together as a couple. I'd actually worn this necklace a lot, and I decided she should have it. It's kind of like, you know, when you give your sweetheart a class ring, that sort of thing.
So what is it about these companion dolls that gives Jay all the feels?
You gotta treat these dolls like some real women, man. Real human women, rather, because they all real. You like that, Siama? Yeah, I know you do. She good, now she happy. My name is J. Dog King Hefner. Right next to me is Callie's son, my #1 companion doll. A companion doll is a multi-purpose synthetic human. They can do a myriad of things. I go out with my dolls, I eat with my dolls, I even have small conversations with my dolls. This is the type of attention you gotta show your girl. You gotta show them some care, man. I can't lie though, this girl right here, I love this girl.
Companion dolls aren't cheap. They can vary in price and can cost up to $3,000.
She a lot of people's favorite girl.
But that didn't stop Jay.
Get your butt over here. I'm just so weary of her getting marked up that whenever I move her about, I get her wrapped up in her blanket.
His love continues to increase, which led him to being in a relationship with not just one,
Yeah, oh yeah.
but 4 companion dolls.
Yeah. My companion.
2 Ezra 14, verse 17. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age. So much, the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. Alright, as always, I want to start these videos by giving all glory, honor, and thanks to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son for this wisdom and knowledge. That is Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, HaRakah Kodesh, as well as the salutations upon to the elders and apostles laboring in this truth, as well as helping younger brothers such as myself understand this 144% true doctrine of the Holy Bible. And it's a lot of meat on this bone, man. But this being titled "Men Are Marrying Sex Dolls," and this is you saw the madness right there. You see this guy on the screen. Man, it's a lot of ways I could go, but let's just waste no time. Get to it. This is what you get when the devil is in rulership. He done flipped everything completely upside down. He done made these women masculine as hell, put them all in the workforce, and gave them these financial incentives to basically strip sack men of their balls and take everything they have. Meanwhile, the now that the women are masculine, the men are becoming more and more feminine, or they're revolting. And this is why you have your MGTOW movements, men going their own way. Passport bros, men traveling overseas where there is feminine women, or you got this where men are now, and this is happening in mass over in Japan. Japan being one of the main countries to follow after the wicked wine, the wicked philosophies, the wicked doctrine of Esau, Edom. Japan would be biblically known as the Ammonites, okay? And Esau being the devil that the Bible speaks of, the so-called self-proclaimed WHITE man. He's really not white, he's red. Anyways, they were seeing the fruits of this feminist doctrine, and it's sad to see, man. But let's read this article. This is about how many, and let's pull this up too. This is a video I got. Why Japanese men want sex dolls to satisfy them. Okay, and we're gonna pull up this article. Substitutes: how silicone dolls in Japan help combat loneliness, changing gender roles, and lack of sexual interest. And that word loneliness is gonna come up many times. Okay, and the scriptures speak on that. And right there, changing gender roles. Who changed the gender roles? Esau, Edom. Let's read this first part of the article. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. There's a strange phenomenon in Japan, blanketed by loneliness and threatened by shifting gender roles. Many men are foregoing traditional relationships in favor of silicone sex dolls. We just stop right there. And actually further down, let's skip to the third paragraph. Or no, let's read the whole thing. This may seem like folly, but it's a cultural epidemic that could cost the country dearly. Substitutes outlines the consequences of this crisis through a series of fascinating personality portraits. The country's low birth rate reflects a lack of interest in human-to-human sexual contact. If this trend continues, it is estimated that the population in Japan could decrease by as much as 1/3 over the next 3 decades. And this is boom. This is what you get for following after Esau, Edom. The comedian Dave Chappelle, he used a joke about ever since Esau done bombed Japan, they've been drawing Hello Kitty and playing video games all damn day, not really wanting a woman. And Japan, they got a high stress rate, a high suicide rate. You get an A-. They ready to jump off a building and off themselves. And playing the damn computer games or watching anime all day instead of actually getting women. And then the women don't find these men attractive, whatever what way it is, because they've due to the fruits of Esau's philosophies been empowered as well. And if it's like that in damn Japan, imagine what it's like here in America. These Jakes you see right here, this guy lives in Detroit. This other guy right here with the dreads lives in Memphis, some of the most predominantly Judite women city or N-dub filled cities in America, Detroit and Memphis. So imagine if men in Japan are having a tough time, imagine what it's like out here in America, out here in Canada, out here in the UK, out here in Australia. But let's waste no more time and get to the Holy Scriptures. It speaks on this, and that key word again is loneliness. And then after we'll play a couple videos that speaks on this. Genesis, the 2nd chapter, verse 18. And the Lord Yahweh said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him." Okay, and the helpmeet is supposed to be the woman. She's supposed to be your helper. She's supposed to be your pillar of rest, as the scriptures say. But due to her being empowered, she's now the opposite. And in a lot of cases, these or all cases of women that follow after the wicked philosophies of Esau, the devil, they are the enemy. And we're seeing this play out decade after decade from these women being empowered in all the countries and nations that want to follow after this wicked feminist doctrine. Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 36 verse 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, a pillar of rest. Okay, and then this is what you see, why you think these guys, even though this is crazy, is madness, they're doing their own way to try to substitute that, because you can't get that in a lot of cases in these modern countries, these modern westernized countries where the women are so-called strong and independent, which is madness. Let's play a couple more videos from this speaking on that loneliness.
When people are lonely, they often look toward alternative means to find relationships. That could be through a pet, sometimes even just going online. But there are really no substitutes for true human companionship.
One of the core definitions of addiction is engaging in a particular behavior or taking a particular substance to relieve pain. What's the pain here?
The pain, I would have to say, would be loneliness, really. I've been in relationships before, and they weren't true relationships, they were all affairs. I'm the sort of person that gets easily discouraged. So it's like after a while, it's just like, okay, you know what? I don't think I'm getting anywhere with this, and I'm wasting time and energy, so I need to find another route.
And men are natural born problem solvers, and the problem is these women have perverted from their natural God-given roles, all right, due to following after the philosophies of Esau, Edom, starting from that serpent and beguiling Eve. But it's not just plaguing. You already know it's the worst of the worst for our nation of women, starting with Judah, so-called Negroes, on down to Issachar, so-called Mexicans, and Gad, the Native American Indians. But you see even these heathen nations being plagued by following the country of Japan, these Ammonites. And this is a screenshot from a video talking about how it's a booming or an epidemic of men in Japan buying these sex dolls. And let's just read some of these comments, because what shocked me after watching these, scrolling through these videos, this just came up on my page today, I had to do a video on it, is the comments were in agreement of these men. Even though this is madness and crazy, they were in agreement. This is how cantankerous, meaning disagreeable, these women have become. Okay, not all, but the majority in these nations, these first world modern day nations. Can you blame these men? Women break your heart, take your home and money. Definitely the doll won't. Plus never has a headache. Okay, and that's it. In the scriptures say in divorce, she's supposed to leave with nothing. As the beloved elder apostle Gabar always says, the word woman literally means servant. Okay, and going back to Genesis 2:18, these women are supposed to be helpmeets. There's Sirach 36:24. They're supposed to be a possession. A wife is a possession unto the husband, but that Esau done flipped that upside down. Let's read a couple more of these comments and we'll close out with the closing precepts. Dolls are good. You harm no one. No pressures, no stress, no craziness, and you can project without cost to another. No judgment, no measuring up, no expectations, no ego, no demands. It's just you. Once AI will be in these dolls, it'll be great. And Lord willing, we don't live to see that day, because that's the direction this is going. If the Lord don't come back in time, you're gonna have men, out in public with their robot AI dolls and a bunch of bitter single mothers to a further extent out here. This is where it's going under the philosophies of Esau, Edom. We need salvation. And before I close off, all men are supposed to have multiple women. That's why you got this Jake. He got multiple dolls. We not in the kingdom. We gonna have multiple women in their right frame of mind. Okay, in order. Did not have to, as this Jake's doing, get a bunch of dolls online just because this is crazy. But let's keep going. Less hassle, less drama, easy to maintain. This segment should be called "Why Do Men Prefer Sex Dolls Over Women?" We all know the answer. Okay, it is. They was going in on the attitude of these modern day women, the cantankerous nature, the backstabbing, enemy-like nature that these women have exhibited when given power from the devil. And let's close off on this comment on these men pursuing and marrying sex dolls over an actual damn living, breathing female. Japanese and Korean men have shown the biggest balls amongst all men. Zero simping, quietly replacing the problem from the roots. Men worldwide need to learn a lesson. Respect. Okay, and once again, this is we need to pray that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai destroys this place and all the other places that have followed after these philosophies, because this is fucking crazy. But what else would you expect with the basis of all men in rulership? Let's close off on these precepts. The Lord said that this would happen, that women who are supposed to be in subjection to men would get power and surpass men. Jeremiah 31 verse 22. How long wilt thou go, O thou backsliding? Salaki, let's restart. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. And we see that in these Western countries, in your United States and Canada, your Australia, over in Europe, over in Japan and Korea, all the nations, you know, that either Esau Edom controls or the heathen nations following after Esau Edom, it's the feminist doctrine has poisoned them. Okay, Isaiah, this is gonna be 29 verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work of him that made him, he made me not? For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? That's what Esau Edom done did. He done basically try to look everyone in the face at and how God intended, how Yahweh the Heavenly Father intended men and women to be. Esau Edom flipped it and turned it completely upside down and said, no, it's supposed to be like this. Women are supposed to be equal to men. And really what happens is that mindset has allowed these women to surpass men and get these high paying jobs and really think and believe that they don't need men. That's why Jacob's trouble, especially here in Babylon the Great America, is going to be a lot of foot in these women's ass, because they going to realize real quick that they need men and that they're the weaker vessel. Malachi 1 verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. Okay, we can see why the Lord hates you Edomites. Look at it, you're the basis of men, and you're the border of wickedness. That's why anytime you're like like nuclear energy, you touch it and it gets contaminated. Anywhere you go and touch down and bring your philosophies with you, the people end up bugging out and going crazy. Habakkuk 2 verse 5. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine meaning philosophies. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Okay, and we got all the nations right here in Babylon the Great believing after these philosophies. I see Ammonite women, so-called Japanese, so-called Chinese women, so-called Indian women, so-called Middle Eastern women over here in skin-tight leggings, walking around, flexing the cheeks out. They not allowed to do that in their home countries, but under Esau Edom's watch, they're allowed. Esau Edom gives these women liberty to get abroad and to be equal with men, and he's basically stripped men of their balls. Okay, and this philosophy is going around worldwide. That's why the Lord, he's finna put an end to this, especially with this third woe rapidly heating up here in September 23rd, almost September 24th, 2024. This is the end. For Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning that followeth. And this is just another example. These men walking around marrying dolls because they can't really find one single wife in their cities and in their nation to be compatible with. This is crazy, because men are the prize. 2nd Ezra 15 verse 6. Let's start at 5. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death and destruction, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. And I started with 2nd Esdras, the 14th, saying the world has gotten weaker with age. And we're seeing this. The men have gotten weaker over time. And all the madness has increased and polluted the whole world. With the rainbow fruity gang, that sodomite spirit, and so on and so on. Well, the Lord is finna stomp that out with mass judgment. Okay, and this is just another example of we need salvation, and Lord willing, in the kingdom we not gonna ever see no madness like this, where Jake is heaping upon him multiple wives, except they're silicone dolls, because Eve is too damn crazy out here. And you know, this is the fruits of single motherhood as well. I hope this was edifying. Shalom.